Hello, it is I, Kyle, your best friend. Best friend for everything Hibagon, Japanese Bigfoot related, anyway. You know, I've been enjoying making these videos, and it is a lot of fun, and we've been having a good time joking around, and you played a hilarious game the other day with your little tour bus mutiny. That was fun. But I've been telling you, this topic is going to take a dark turn. Today's that day. There's not much to joke about today. This is just to let you know, just a heads up. I think you can handle it. I'm sure you can handle it. My small children can handle this information. So let's go.
Okay, we are in Hiroshima City, looking for early evidence of the Hibagon, the Japanese Bigfoot. The Hibagon is supposed to have just crashed out of the bush around Mount Hiba in 1970, totally without precedent, as if he had just dropped out of the sky. But that makes no sense. Hibagon have to come from Mummy and Daddy Hibagons. And they have to come from their mummies and daddies, and so on. So, if Hibagon is real, and he is, he's as real as this 2-meter tall, hairy, bipedal, Bigfoot-looking cadaver. So he must have some kind of history. And I want to find it, whatever we can. We're starting at the castle. Now, the original was built by this fellow, Mori Terumoto. Family name Mori, personal name Terumoto. There are his dates. A very important, very powerful daimyo, feudal lord, a king, really, subordinate only to the shogun and nominally to the emperor. This was during the Warring States period. Now, his castle was blown up by the atomic bomb. Terumoto was one of the strongest men in Japan. Japan's biggest and best navy belonged to him. It was his personal navy. And he is the founder of Hiroshima City. He built his capital here when it was still called Gokamura. Gokamura means 5 villages. There were 5 little fishing villages here. That's all. And that was their collective name. Terumoto called this place Hiroshima. He made 3 name changes on the map. And let's look at them one by one. Hiroshima. It means wide or big island. Makes sense. This big island. Terumoto built his castle on the big island and called the place Big Island. Very practical. Terumoto was a very, very practical man. You don't get to be a warlord, and you don't get to stay alive as a warlord if you're not a practical man. Terumoto's father, Takamoto, died at 41. He ate some poisoned food. You see? He wasn't quite practical enough. All right, now Terumoto renamed this river He renamed it in honor of his uncle, Uncle Motoyasu, the eighth son of his grandfather, Mori Motonari. This is Motonari. Very practical man. Started out with one poor province and ended up with most of this. Grandfather Motonari. Now, we don't have a picture of Uncle Motoyasu, but he was a great support to the young warlord. Teramoto was only 9 or 10 years old when his father was poisoned to death. And if you think someone didn't want this little boy dead, think again. So, Uncle Motoyasu became his protector, his mentor, his father figure. Yeah, Teramoto would very naturally, very understandably want to honor him by naming this river for him. That was a noble gesture, I think. Okay, so Big Island, Hiroshima, sensible name. It sounds good for a capital city. Much better than 5 villages. Motoyasu River, a very nice renaming of this river that flows right by the castle, naming it after the man that saved the boy Teramoto's life, raised him, established him, and served him loyally. All right, now this is a practical man, a serious and practical man. He is not renaming things willy-nilly and not without reason. He is not renaming things arbitrarily. He is not renaming things imaginatively or comically. All right, the final renaming was of this river. He called it the ENKO River. These are the kanji characters. Now it is pronounced ENKO. The characters themselves mean monkey and monkey. Monkey, monkey. The people who lived here along this river, the people who lived here said, this is what they said that large, hairy, bipedal, monkey-like creatures were coming out of the forest here. This was all forest at that time. Here is a contemporary map, an excellent map. This is the ENKO River, and you can see that the opposite side is forest. At the time, this was unbroken wilderness all the way up into the mountains. These large creatures, called ENKO, were crossing this river and taking people away. They were eating people. Next time I will tell you details about how they ate people. And they were taking girls and women not for eating. That's what the people who lived here said. And they called these creatures ENKO. Now, I've been speaking with a woman who teaches calligraphy. This woman knows the language very well. She is a Japanese calligraphy teacher. She says this combination of characters is a word creation. It's an attempt to come up with a new word. Why? Because a new word was needed. A new word was urgently needed to refer to something in the real world. And it is emphatic. We do this. We double up words when we say very, very, or really, really. We emphasize. Jesus says, truly, truly, I say to you, when he really, really wants your attention. I think you could understand this formation as super monkey. These people had no other words for primates, no other reference. So they had to double down on the only word they had. This man, Terumoto, appears to have believed his people about the ENKO. A very practical man, lord of this region. Did he have good intelligence? Did he know what was going on in his own capital city? Unlike his poor father, he survived every assassination attempt and died of old age in his bed. I think he had things under control. I think he knew what was going on. He was serious enough to redraw the map. That is a very serious thing to do. He renamed this river the ENKO River. When was the last time they renamed a river where you live? It doesn't happen very often. My guess is he did it as a warning to his subjects. Watch out! Watch out around here. Watch out for those large, monkey-like creatures, because they will take you and eat you. Or take you and you might wish that you were dead. Do you think that there really were large, monkey-like, primate, Bigfoot-like creatures, large enough and strong enough to pick up people in their hands and carry them away into the forest? We have a body of a creature matching the ENKO's description. I submit that this is the creature called ENKO, a.k.a. the Hibagon, a.k.a. the Japanese Bigfoot. My name is Kyle. This is the video supplement to Hibagon, Japanese Bigfoot. We'll pick up again with the ENKO next time. I'll tell you another name that the people gave him. I'll tell you how he liked to eat people. I'll tell you about some individual encounters with him. All right. Everybody, I hope you have a good, safe weekend. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.